Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Morning Thoughts with Mama D. My morning thought this morning is really funny because it was going to be, or it is, talking about YouTubing and podcasting and how many takes it takes to do them. And the funny thing that when I say it's funny is it took me 3 times just to do that short little intro for this YouTube. I just kept fumbling, didn't know what I was gonna say, couldn't get my thoughts together. I'm just like, what is going on this morning? When I talk about my thought for this morning, because I had the thought yesterday. Yesterday I was working on a podcast. I couldn't get it together. I knew my content, I knew what I wanted to talk about, I had my scriptural text, I had everything. But the brain and the mouth did not want to work together. I kept fumbling over words. I kept forgetting thoughts. I felt like there were gaps in my dialogue where on YouTube, you can see that I'm talking, you can see that I'm processing. I talk with my hands. You can get my gestures. If I take a moment to think, okay, she didn't cut off. She still has a fluid flow of thoughts. But on podcasts, I'm telling you, I've listened to podcasts, I've listened to audiobooks. You got to be on point. You have to be really aware of what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, where you're going to say it, where you're going to place it, not just some outlines. I feel like, but then I don't want it to be fake. I don't want it to be I don't know the word I'm looking for. Like you can see, I don't know the word I'm looking for, and there's a pause. But if I was in a podcast, they'd be like, "Ooh, she's horrible. Ooh, she don't know what she's talking about." And then I sit back and I go, should I really care? Should that be my focus of what people are saying or what people are thinking? But with anything that we do or I do, you would want to give your best. You want to give your best content. You want to give the best information. You want it to be presentable. You don't want to be raggedy. Like I love, and I think, I don't know if I've said this in another podcast or another YouTube, but I love the Cosby Show example of presentation. When I drink coffee now, and that just shows you how, okay, side thought, how influential or subliminal some people can be. There is on Instagram, I think Kelly Coco, I forget her married name, from Friends, Penny. She does something with coffee with cocoa, and every time I drink a cup of coffee, I think of her. So she's marketing that really good. And that's not a plug for her. I'm just saying every time I think of, when I do a podcast or I drink something, I think of her. Now, see, I did a side thing and I forgot my train of thought. We were talking about podcasts. We're talking about taping. We're talking about content, and being genuine with your content. I come on and I decided to do visual morning thoughts with Mama D because you can see me. You can know it's not just some random person talking. It's not just some voice I'm hearing on a sound box. It is actually a person that has thoughts, feelings, and animated and silly. So, but it's a task, and in my opinion, it's a full-time job. When I watch YouTubers, or and sometimes I watch them just honestly. Remember I told you I'm transparent, just to be nosy. I'll see something trending or I see something mentioned on Instagram, and I'll go, oh, let me go check it out for myself. Let me go see what they're talking about. Let me go see what the hype is. Let me go see what the confusion is. Because a lot of times I feel that YouTubers in particular, as opposed to, because they call themselves influencers and they call themselves YouTubers, right? Forgive me if I have the titles wrong. More so than celebrities and those, because celebrities use Instagram and Facebook to build their platform. But influencers and YouTube, it sounds like a lot of times they get a lot of followers because of confusion, chaos, and mess. He say, she say stuff. Not always because of their content, not always because they're great. Now, this is my opinion. This is me, a nobody, that is just a little peon that is not doing any of this for profit. I'm not doing any of this for profit or non-profit. This is just to have a platform and a seat at the table and to put some positivity in the world. But my question is, with podcasts, YouTubers, influencers, could we have a platform, or could we be just as effective if we had no drama, if we had no conflict? You're always going to have, not always, there's going to be competition. Is my product better than your product? And some people could say yes, and some people could say no. I've always said, I don't care what product it is. I don't care if it's Crest versus AIM versus Colgate versus Aquafresh. Those are all toothpastes for the toothpastes. Those are all toothpaste if you didn't get the gist. But my preference versus your preference may be different. My preference may be, based on application, taste, use, how it affects me. Am I sensitive to this? If I'm not, it could also be just because of cost. So, but there's still competition, even though I don't think the companies are saying, let's compete and let's see who's the best. I don't think that's the company's model or marketing tool, but there's still competition in that arena. So if you are a makeup artist versus another makeup artist versus another makeup artist, there's semi competition. But what I will say, and this is not a disclaimer, what works for me does not work for you, because I had a friend who was a MAC, this is years back. She used to work for MAC, and she was an independent MAC artist, makeup artist, and sold and did freelance MAC. And so I was like, okay, cool, hook me up, match my color. And so I bought all this MAC, and my skin did not connect. MAC, you could put it on my face and it looked beautiful, but it would literally run off my face. And I'm not kidding. I don't care what you use. She put it on. And I'm not saying wipe. I'm not saying it wipe, and I'm not saying heat. It would literally just not, it would not stick to my face. It would not, I don't know if makeup's, I'm assuming it's supposed to absorb into your skin or to connect or to, form a layer. I don't care what variation of it we used. It just did not work. And then I went back to my simple, I think it was at the time I was using Revlon. Boom. No problem. Same concept, same process, no problem. It's just whatever my contacts with my skin and I don't go on how it's made, it just did not work for me. So, when I say things and I put things out, it's because I'm genuinely me. If I flub, that's who I am. If I make mistakes and my words, because I think sometimes, you're thinking faster than you're speaking. And I don't have any way to go back and fix a whole podcast. If I've done a podcast and I've gotten 15 minutes in and something happens in the background, I apologize in advance. You're going to hear what's happening in the background, because I did that yesterday. I tried to do a podcast. I got 5 minutes in, and then something happened. My house phone rang or something. My house phone never rings, but it rang yesterday. So, but if I get 15 minutes in, you're going to have to deal with the phone ringing. I think it was fun. Anyways, but I said all that to say is like, it's an art, and I commend you guys for doing that every single day, or, working on your craft. Kudos. Seriously. I'm not joking. I'm not trying to make fun. I mean, you have to have the platform where you have the screens and you have the microphones and you have the video and you have, the editing capability, and then you have to upload it, and then sometimes it doesn't upload correctly. I don't currently have the time or the materials to do all that, but I believe I have a word. I believe I have a word. I believe I have something important to say. I believe there's value in honesty. I believe there's value in transparency. I believe there's value in opening and honestly doing and sharing life with you, each of you. We say these things, but a lot of times we don't operate in them. We're like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you what I want to tell you, but I'm not gonna let you into the secrets. Okay, I ain't got no secrets. I'm too crazy to have secrets, and my brain don't work that long, and I don't remember everything, to be honest. So, transparency, this is who you get. So Mama D is crazy, she's silly, she's fun, she's honest, and she's trying to do her best on the platforms that she's given. I don't take, if you have suggestions, if you have resources, if you want, I'm open. I'm open. But I want to just say, whatever you do, whether it's podcasts, whether it's YouTube, whether it's posting something on Instagram, whether it's posting something on TikTok, do you. Be you. Because trying to walk in somebody else's shoes, trying to do it like somebody else can get very strenuous, can get very monotonous, then you're no longer you. Then we don't have a chance to know who you are. And that's the best thing, because you were created just the way you are to do the things that you're doing. Have a wonderful day. I've heard today is called Thankful Thursday. Let's be thankful and let's get out and do it. Remember, real life, real talk.